So I just made a video with this guy at his house because he bought the PB17 Ultra, not one, just one. And I took the opportunity to review it because otherwise I probably wouldn't be able to. 3 days later, 4 days later, he sends a text message and says, "It's back in the box," and I'm sending it back. And yeah, now we're here to discuss why he's already returning his PB17s. I have obviously the answer. I'm gonna let him kind of tell why he's choosing to do that. And before you say that, what has been your overall honest experience with the PB17s, good and bad? What has been your last 4 days? What would you say about it? Go ahead.
For one subwoofer, it's pretty killer.
Yes,
it's pretty good. But I had my dual DN10s, and those were sealed.
Yeah.
And they're nothing. I mean, they're nothing like the SVS. The only thing different is, like in a good way, is that they're sealed.
Yeah.
And when I bought the PB17, instead of the SB17, I was thinking, well, surely a much nicer subwoofer being ported would sound tighter than a much lesser end subwoofer being sealed. But I was wrong, and I mean, who's not going to be excited that first day you have the best subwoofer SVS makes? It's huge. It's that 17-inch driver is massive, and it was pretty good. And I thought it dug down pretty low, and it shook me pretty good. But after a couple of days, I kind of got used to it, and I kind of just started looking at how it really is. It's like, I thought it dug low because the depth text didn't really go below 22.
Right.
I ran a frequency sweep. I'm like, I'm not getting anything lower than 19 or 18.
Wow.
And no. And when we played Vertigo, that song, I saw someone commented and they said, "Dude, that's no less than 20 hertz."
I saw that.
And I'm like, shoot. I was thinking it was like 10 or 12, but
Nope.
I did 15 hertz on the frequency sweep, and
Did you hear anything?
no, not at all.
Wow.
So I got to thinking, maybe I just need to get another one. You were
Right.
kind of telling me, get another one, let me run some DSP for you, and it'll be good. But it's like, another one after tax, it's, over $3,000.
It's a lot of money, man.
And I'm moving to Florida in a couple weeks, and it's ported, but it doesn't sound nearly as tight as the depth text.
Yeah.
Just because they were sealed, the depth text didn't go very loud, but I'm like, well, something's got to be wrong. And
Right.
I had it to plus 12 in the AVR, and for movies I had it at like minus 15 in the app, so it was constantly trying. Like, I had it the loudest it would be right before it compressed.
Yeah.
And it's unsatisfying. It's just not clean. I mean, it played clean, but the output it just wasn't tight, and that's what I'm looking for. When I want an explosion, I just want it to be tight, because that's what I've been used to with the depth techs.
Yeah.
And regardless of them not being able to play super loud, they were just tight.
Sounded good.
And being two of them, actually there were 6 total drivers, if you remember.
Yeah.
6 10-inch, 2 active, 4 passive.
Yep.
So that's just a little underwhelming with the PB17. And I've seen people comment on the video of the review so far, and like, it's a great sub, and other people are like, "You effed up, you should have gotten the J2R. That sub is trash," like literally. And I'm like, it's not trash, but
Right.
I'm sitting here listening to yours, and it just sounds so tight and accurate, and it's stop and start on a dime, which is what they say the SVS can do with the DSP and all that. But I was expecting more.
Yeah.
I guess you could say I was definitely expecting a tighter output for days, globs of output for sure, especially the 2 of them.
Yeah.
But I was expecting tighter and deeper.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we buy something maybe because the reviews influence the purchase, or maybe, like you said, he's coming from the DN10s, which are like just under $600 subs. The SVS is a $3,000 sub, so you're expecting a lot when you jump that vastly. And if you feel like you're not getting it, then it's okay to take it to the chin and find something that suits you. So he's realized on accident that he's probably a sealed sub person.
Yeah.
And Youthman conveniently just made a video a couple days ago. He's going to love to hear, Youthman, if you're watching this, you're going to love to hear this. JP watched your video too about sealed supported, and you saying that sealed subs are better than ported subs, point blank. And he said, well, my PB17 is pretty good though. And here he is 4 days later, packing it up, and eventually going to get himself a sealed sub. So you were right, and I knew it.
It was crazy because he put on Facebook. It was like a little reel. It wasn't the
yeah,
whole video.
little
And the
short.
caption was, ported subs are not, all caps not. Ported subs are not better than sealed subs. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bold statement.
That is. He made you click on it.
I watched that as my subwoofer was like about to get here. I'm like, wow, this is horrible.
You're out here crushing people's dreams.
I know.
That's crazy. No, I agree with him. I've had sealed subs in my system for the last 4 or 5 years. I think I've had the Rhythmic for that long already, which is crazy to say. But I had the PB4000s too. So that shell shock of sound quality I've already witnessed. And then going to his house and listen to his. As a reviewer who hears a lot of speakers, I have to take out of my mind. It's hard for me to make reviews nowadays because I'm so used to a certain sound quality that I have to turn that part of my brain off and just focus on the product itself. The PB17, like you said, is a fantastic sub, and 94% of people who buy it are going to love it and never want to replace it. But when you've heard sealed and you listen to how tight it is, or you go to a friend's house, like he said, mine are all sealed, and you listen to it, there is an obvious difference in bass, and you can get loud with sealed subs, and you can play low, so that whole argument is void now. It's all about sound quality when you spend that kind of money. And he just kind of felt like he wasn't getting it. And of course, he said he expected it to dig lower in his room. He wasn't getting much past 18 hertz. It was just a lot of noise. I experienced that too. A lot of port noise, which I hate port noise now after having sealed subs. I can't unhear it. And then when you get really low at a loud volume, all you hear is mechanical noises too. So it makes you think you're hearing bass, but what you're hearing is a lot of motor. You're hearing a lot of air. And it just, after a couple of days, he realized that, I think is what happened.
Now, there are a lot of things that I liked about it. Like, when it would go really, what I thought was really low. And it's much lower than what I'm used to. But I loved, like, again, I keep going to that song Vertigo. It's the slowed version by Joey Vontez. Holy smokes. That was such, I feel like it was pretty low because I've never.
Yeah, it is low.
I mean, it's what you can hear. It's pretty low, and just that you can feel your shirt shaking a little bit. And I just want, in a subwoofer, I want it to dig low just like a ported sub. I want it to have high output like a ported sub, but have the tightness of a sealed sub, which I've kind of lowered my options to, I guess, a JTR or
something like that. Yeah. And before y'all start typing in the comments, I can already see these 12 comments come in about, well, you can just seal your ported sub. It is not the same. Putting those port plugs in the sub and then putting it in sealed mode is not the same as a sealed sub. It is not the same sound. It's better than the ported, but it's not the same as buying. Don't think that you can buy a ported sub and plug it and then you have a sealed sub. It is not the same. It is not engineered that way. Of course, you change the tuning or whatever, and you lower your output and maybe a little less bass extension, but it is not the same as a sealed sub. I promise you. So don't think that you can just go plug it and be happy. It probably would have made things worse because you would have lost output. You would have lost a little bit of low frequency extension and still not sound as tight as an actual sealed sub.
And it's such a long subwoofer being ported. I can't. I want to see the subwoofer.
Yeah.
But I can't have it face the seats. It's got to be so sideways.
Long, yeah.
And I mean, it's a cool looking subwoofer, but when you walk in, you just see black slab.
Yeah, you don't know what it is unless you're a theater guy. Just a black.
You have to go to the left and like,
then you see the driver. Yeah, kind of the same thing with mine. There's too long in this book. I probably could, but they're so long that I rather have them sideways. I get it. I did the same thing with my PB4000s in my apartment. They just stuck too far into the room that they were an eyesore and maybe even in the way. So I get that. Now, with all that being said, he has decided to just refresh his whole home theater. He's not just selling the SVS PB17. He's selling almost everything. So I'm going to leave in the description everything that he's selling. I'm also going to leave in the description the video tour of his home theater I did a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, of his whole theater so you guys can see it because he's selling the Kef R11s. He's selling, are you selling projector?
Projector and screen and the Klipsch 8000F Mark II.
You're going to sell those two now?
Those are the things I'm not
selling. They're going
to
keep.
So 3 things I'm not selling: the projector, the screen, and the Klipsch 8000F Mark II.
Okay, so SVS Prime Elevations and Ultras are going. The Kef R2c Center channel as well, the R11s are going. The Denon X6700H are going. The Sony X is a 700 800. Remember?
800
M2.
Yeah.
The Sony Blu-ray player 800 M2 is going, as well as an OSD Nero 5180 5-channel amplifier. A lot of the stuff that I'm mentioning, I've done reviews on because a lot of it is something that he purchased off of me. So they were in good hands. I was the first owner. He's been a second owner for like 3-4 months. So he's going to completely refresh because he's moving down to Florida in literally like 2 weeks, right? And he may or may not have a home theater space. And if he does, it won't be as grand as what he has now. So he just wants to start new, get new sub speakers to fit the space that he's going to be in. So he's going to be selling these at a pretty decent price as far as I know. Of course, the sub is huge. So it's going to be an in-person pickup. He wants cash. I'm sure he's okay with Venmo, things like that as well. So I'll let him list his prices here. I'll put him in the video now. I won't sit here and read them all out, but here are all the prices of everything. They'll also be in the description box, and I'll post it on the community page. You guys can reach out to me at kfsguy@gmail.com if you want to talk to me to him. He also will leave... My phone's ringing. I never get a phone call in the middle of the... I don't know who's calling me from Vernon, Texas, but... So... He'll leave his contacts in the description and on the screen. You can talk to him directly. Also, to give you guys incentive to come in and pick some of this stuff up, like the R11s or the sub, we live 25 minutes apart. So while you're here, if you would like to come and sit down and experience my home theater, depending on the day you choose, because I do work, I am more than happy to let you guys, or let you, whoever, come in and talk home theater, listen, whatever, while you're here, just as an incentive. Since you're coming from wherever to potentially pick up something from him, you can stop by and do a couple demos with me, ask some questions, have some conversation, make a video together like we do here. You're more than welcome to do that. We'll talk about that if it's something you want to do. If you're wondering where he's at, we're in Kentucky. I won't give his full location or my location out. We are in Kentucky. So if you are nearby the state or don't mind a little bit of a drive, I have some cool gear for you from him that used to be mine. Most of it that he's looking to sell. And again, prices will be down below in the description box. The last thing I want to do before we end this video, guys, he's heard the Arendal 1528s in his home theater. He has heard a slight Hulu demo. We just streamed something just a moment ago, but I want to hear his thoughts on them in my room versus his with my setup. So I'm going to give him a demo of, I don't know what, something. And I'll let you guys watch his reaction, if any, and then he'll give me a couple-minute response on the Arendal 1528s, all properly set up. Sound good?
One thing.
Yes.
If you were to come by, I leave Thursday, June 5th.
Oh, good point.
Thursday, June 5th.
He's out of here Thursday, June 5th, so a small window. I told him I don't mind if he can bring some of this stuff to my house. I don't mind to help him either ship it away or allow you guys to come here and to pick it up. So if you can get here before June 5th, you'll meet probably both of us.
You can hear it in my theater.
Yeah, see it in action, make sure it works. If not, it'll probably be here at my house so that he can't give it to you. So I told him I'll help him out with that if it becomes necessary. So we'll work all that out in the description box down below. John Paul, I'm gonna figure out something to play for you for 30 seconds and let you listen to it, and then just give me your idea of just the whole system. This is the last time you're gonna hear it, maybe forever if you never come back. So maybe a send off for John Paul. Let's do a video real quick, a demo. Oh. All right, so the quick demo we're gonna do is Mad Max Fury Road. You guys can watch our reaction to it. I have my phone here just so you guys can hear. I'm not gonna put my stereo mic up, so I'm gonna let my phone do some of the audio and that you can see. Copyright won't let me show you too much, but we will play it. And I don't know what I did with the remote to turn it up. Where did that go? Behind me. All right, I have circuit issues. I tend to trip a breaker in this room, so I'm still testing how loud I can turn it. So if the lights go off, that's why. All right, let's play, and I'll try turning it up. We're at negative 18 dB.
Where are you, Max?
Here they come again,
Max Rocket
worming their way into the black matter of my brain.
Help us, Max. You promised to help us.
I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead.
Not bad. So what I'm trying to do in my room, guys, is my subs are like nowhere near halfway turned up. None of them are.
Okay.
And I keep them pretty low only because I'm tired of going to the back room and flipping the breaker. So what I'm going to do, there are already 20 amp circuits in here, but I have 4 subs. And my least powerful one is 2,000 watts. The other ones are closer to 3,000 watts, and one of them is 3,400 watts. So I think a 20 amp circuit can continuously handle what, like 24 or 2,800 watts. That's one sub. So, and then that's not even my power amplifier on there, or just the general electricity getting, going through the room. So I'm not gonna upgrade electrical in this house. I just don't think it's worth it. I'm happy that's already 20 amps. I didn't even know that it was until I went back there. But every room in my house is 20 amps, except the washer and dryer is obviously more. In my room now, the previous owner of this house had cable running through the house. There's already little holes in the wall going outside. Right next to this room is my port. And right next to the port is the garage storage area. There's a plug in there. And it's not a very long distance. I think I'm going to get an extension cord or something. And I'm sure you guys are going to tell me why this won't work. But I want to put an extension cord through that same hole into the garage and plug an amp up with that outlet. And then the master bedroom is behind this room. I want to use that plug from that room to plug another amp. That way I have 1 amp on 120 amp, 1 amp on another 20 amp, and then only 2 of my weakest subs will be on the 20 amps in this room. That way, in my mind, I can turn the bass up more. I think loudness-wise, I'm happy with how loud I can turn it as far as overall volume, but I would love to turn the bass up probably like another 6 dB or so, and just really rattle, because they don't even move during these demos. They don't even move.
It still shakes you a bit.
It shakes you a lot. Yeah, so I know there's so much headroom, and I can't tap into it because I'll just trip a breaker. So I'm not sure how loud that I can turn it. While you're here, before we end it, is there anything on this list that you want to hear? Anything that sounds? I haven't really watched any of these.
Oh yeah, Amaze is pretty good.
Amaze is pretty good. Okay, we'll do Amaze. This one will probably trip a breaker. I think I remember this one. I'm gonna risk turning it up to. What am I at right now? Negative 15 dB. This will probably trip a breaker. This will trip a breaker, I think. I don't know. It's pretty loud.
It's just Atmos. It's not meant to flex the bass.
Yeah, this part might. Oh, I thought it was louder than that. Never mind. There it went. It's off. Well, that's a good place to end this video. See, and that's not even that loud. Like, it was cool, and I think it would have been cool if we could have played it out longer.
Yeah.
But that's as loud as I can get it before it's like, no, sir, that is too much juice. So all of my subs are on the same 20 amp. Everything is on this same circuit. So I think getting some plugs and plugging them elsewhere, I can turn that up a little bit more and not have any issues.
I think you should.
Oh yeah, because that was getting to be pretty cool. And that's not even close to halfway. That's what makes me upset. I built these to be powerhouses. I mean, you asked me on your video, you said, is your subs bigger than the PB17? Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna make one more and swap out the one that's in the ceiling right now and build another one. So I'm gonna have some Titanic ships of subs here not too long from now. So again, guys, Jump All Out selling his entire home theater. I will leave in the description box the prices and the gear that he's getting rid of. If you want to see them in action, I'll try to remember to post a link of the video tour that I did of his room so you can see all of it. It was literally a month ago that I made the video. And then my contact will be there too, so if you want to reach out to me to talk to him, I can. If you want to reach out to him directly, it's probably always best to do that. You can. And then June 5th is when he's out of here. So if you if you want something but can't be here by that time, at that point, I'll probably have either the gear here or access to it at his house so that I can help his parents get rid of it. so that he can sell it, and of course the money goes to him. He'll leave a Venmo for you. Actually, don't leave anything in the description box. Directly talk to him if you want to talk about money, Venmo. Let's have that conversation in private. Location, all that good stuff. If you're coming and you want to hang out with me, that's awesome. I'm more than happy to. I will not give you my address. I will have you meet me at a location, and then I'll have you follow me here. It's just safety. I do all the time. So if you want to see some gear and then come hang out with me, I'm open to do that. We can work those details out. SVS is going back. And I don't think John Paul is ever going to buy an SVS speaker again. I think that was probably it.
I don't want to say horrible first impressions, but I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
And from what people have said, I'm like, oh, give me that, give me that. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted SVS and I wanted their best thing. That's why I
Yeah.
bought the PB17.
Yes.
And maybe 2 SB17s might be good.
Sure.
I don't know, but I'm not going to find out.
Yeah.
I think when I start fresh,
That's funny.
I will probably get dual RS1s. That's
RS1.
probably just what I'll get.
Yeah.
I like black, and they're black.
Yes.
And I might wrap them in like black velvet
Yeah.
too. That might be cool, but that'll probably be what I get. Just because, you know, I still own it, of course. The PB17 sitting in my theater right now, and I know I'm gonna go home right now, and because what I do when I jam out, I don't sit in a chair. I stand behind the chair that sounds good, and I stand there and listen, because, you know, 6 inches to the right, it sounds crappy.
Yeah.
So it looks dope, but no, probably dual RS1s or maybe Rhythmic. I don't know, but I like to see the subwoofer right in front of me.
Rhythmic doesn't make anything better than JTR.
Oh, okay,
If JTR versus Rhythmic's best sub, JTR.
okay.
I know that Rhythmic has 2 15s sealed, so you would think the output would be the same. Rhythmic's not an output first kind of company. They're a sound quality person. I would say sound quality wise, I would still give it to Rhythmic. But overall performance, RS1. And that makes sense because at the time, my Rhythmic was $27.99 or $2,700. It's over $3,000 now. You can't get it in white anymore. But they haven't made a new sub in forever. So I think an RS1 would be better than a Rhythmic, which is why I made my own.
Okay.
Because now mine are better than the Rhythmic too.
Oh, okay.
So what I built is way better than Rhythmic. I thought about selling my Rhythmic and just making a fourth one of those.
Okay.
So, but yeah, go RS1. Skip past Rhythmic just because output.
Okay.
Output. I think you would like the output better on the RS1. I want to end this also by saying the PB17 is not a bad subwoofer. Please don't think that it's 0 stars out of 5. It's not for everybody. Some people have a certain level of performance they're trying to reach. And like I said, 94% of people who buy the 17 or any sub from SVS is going to like it. I did like the sub too, but I'm also used to a sealed sound, and I'm used to it getting low. I have 5 hertz in this room. That PB17 Ultra was not getting anywhere near 5 hertz.
It's enjoyable for movies. Like for music, it's more obvious because for music, the frequency is just...
Yeah.
But for movies, like when I was watching Deepwater Horizon, that initial explosion, boom!
Yeah.
There was no bass distraction. It was just, like, it makes you smile a little bit.
Right.
But when it comes to, like, I mean, like, a GTR RS1 would be a noticeable difference. It would just dig deeper. It'd be cleaner. But I had 5 people total, including me. I had 5 people over Saturday night, and everybody was, like, laughing and smiling. They're like, this is insane.
Exactly.
17-year-olds who, like, you know, live in a, you know, $200,000 house that, you know, aren't used to nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But, you know, they come over and I'm 19 and I have this grand theater and stuff, and, you know, I'm talking about the PB17 like it's, you know, some crappy subwoofer, but it's really not. And I really, I'm 19. I don't deserve to have a PB17. I mean, I really don't.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking for a sealed sound that's even and digs deep in the PB17.
It just doesn't. It's not made for that, right? Made for output. So there was one comment on the video that said that the PB17 is a terrible sub. Don't gaslight this guy. It's not. It's overpriced. I think what you need to understand about SVS is you're not just paying for the performance. You're paying for the looks of it. Gloss piano, curvature. It's not just a little square box, rectangular box. It has some nice lines to it. It has a very functional amp. It has not only controls digitally on the amp, but it has the app.
I love the app.
The app is truly a game changer. It sways me to buy something like that. And then they're going to have EQ via your phone. I don't know how well it's going to work. It's kind of depending on how good your mic on your phone is, but you can EQ with your phone right from your seat. Not a lot of people can do that with their subs. So you're not just paying for performance. So when you say something's overpriced, you have to, if you're talking just performance, then yeah, sure, maybe $2,000 for what it gives you might not be the best for your money. But you're also getting the good look, you're getting the port tuning, you're getting the digital amp, you're getting the app, you're getting the EQ. That costs money, right? So for those who think SVS is overpriced, I'll never agree. Yes, there are better subs out there, but it's hard to beat an SVS sub because you get the overall package. You pay for all this stuff, not just the sound, but the convenience of it, the looks of it, and the name, the customer service, so blah, 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 blah. So it's not overpriced. To that guy who made that comment, if you saw this video, it's not overpriced. With that being said, John Paul, this might be the last time I see you. You don't know yet. So it's been fun. I've known this guy since he was 16, so it's been a little more than 3 years now. And I got to watch his journey from 2 Klipsch bookshelf speakers to R11s and PB17s. It's been great to watch. So with that being said, guys, if you've never seen John Paul again, make sure you say hearty. Actually, real quick, tell them what you're gonna go do in Florida.
Yeah, so I'm going to Fort Myers. It's my mom is really the one who's organizing it, and I just kind of feel like it's really what I want to do and should do. But it's going to be in Fort Myers, Cape Coral area. It's pretty much full-time ministry. There's a church that's growing, and the church that I really grew up in is kind of going in leadership over that, just helping them out and just growing them. So I'm going there to really help out and serve and just get mentored and just really get sharpened by other people that are just a lot higher than I am.
That's
but
good.
In the home theater world, it's not why I'm going down there, but I'm housing with 4 other people, and it's probably $1 million house. I've seen the pictures, and it's incredible. It's huge. The living room's huge, and I'm paying an extra $200 a month to have my own room. And I'm sure it'd be bigger than this. This isn't like something, this isn't a per se huge room. I'm like most rooms.
13 by 10 foot room.
This is probably most rooms probably look like this. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say.
average room. Yeah.
So even if it's this big, I wouldn't mind having something this quote unquote small, just because my room's 24 by 13 and a half.
Yeah, your room's double the size.
So even if my bedroom is like this, I mean, I could duplicate this in the bedroom, and I'm sure the guys they wouldn't care if I decked out the living room. But if not, I'm just going to start over. Kefs are nice, and nothing bad about them. There's no buts about them. I like them quite a bit. But I'll just, it'd be a nightmare to bring them down there.
Yeah,
I don't want to get a U-Haul and drive 16 hours just to bring my equipment down there.
No.
I'd rather sell it, and then JTRs definitely won't work. But I'm looking for a big sound, deep bass. I'll probably get dual RS1s. But I don't know. I just don't feel like it's appropriate to, because you got to pay for U-Haul. That's probably a crap ton just to go down there, pay for U-Haul and all that stuff. And then, second person has to come, so got to fly them back. But I don't care enough to bring all the equipment down there. I'd just rather sell it here and then do a total overhaul down there in Fort Myers.
Yeah. That sounds great. It sounds like it's your calling to do that, and it's good that you're answering that. So, yep, again, all that stuff will be in the description box, so you guys can take a look at his gear, and we'll work it all out for you, so you guys can either get it shipped or get here and pick it up if it's too much to ship or too heavy. Thank you guys so much for watching. John Paul, it's been a pleasure having you over here multiple times. It's been great being over there too, and I'm sure we'll video chat and see what you choose to do down there. I'm sure you'll have questions, and we'll have to spy on you and see what you do with a bedroom setup, see how those new challenges and stuff like that. And maybe you'll go meet Youth Man down there too while you're at it.
Oh, that'd be dope. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool.
You hear this, Youth Man? Set him up. Maybe he'll have his new house by then, or eventually he'll move into his new house, and maybe you can...
Well, he's in Plant City, which is literally like 30 minutes from Fort
There you
Myers.
go. You hear this, Youth Man? Your biggest fan wants to come hang out with you and maybe set up your home theater with him. Make a video out of it. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't that be cool?
It'd be great. I'd love to watch it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Down below in the description box is everything we talked about. Make sure you check that out. And well, I guess we'll see you in the next video. So I guess this is K-Pace Guy out and JP out too, man. We'll see you guys later. Peace.